Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 14, Hemline and Headlines. I don't know. And I didn't like that one.
What's the headlines part? Oh, Maurizio? Are we still talking about that?
Yeah, but what's the hemline? Is it the fashion
for her
show?
fashion show, yeah. Her fashion show.
Yeah, no, they could have done better.
I think so, too. We start out with Bo's having tea with her daughter, Lael, and Garcelle's with Jaid, and his official call cards come in.
They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These cards are nice. Nice card. Yeah, I liked it.
Sutton is talking to her mom, and then we see Kyle is driving and talking to Kathy, and she is shocked and still kind of processing the whole pictures of Mo kissing. Listen, I'm glad that she has Kathy there to talk to her about it and to be there for her. She said in her confessional that she saw it like everybody else did on TMZ, which you have to imagine that that's jarring, you know?
I'm surprised, though. Don't you think when Maurizio saw the paparazzi there, he could have, given Kyle a little bit of a heads up? Just so you know, there were cameras here.
I don't think it was paparazzi. I think it was like an iPhone video.
Just a person?
I think it was just an iPhone video. I do because I do. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think it was paparazzi. I don't.
You don't think it was staged? You
No.
don't think it was?
I don't even think he knew it was happening. I don't.
Maybe he didn't know it was happening. Maybe the model set it up where somebody saw them and she just put it out there and he didn't know. Okay, that makes sense because I was like, damn, he could have. And if he did, I'm not saying he had to or didn't have to. They're separated, so it is what it is. But
right. Yeah, I don't think he knew about it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure.
Kyle says that, that she doesn't want him to feel guilty. And she's now she's afraid that he's going to treat her differently.
Yeah, I thought it was weird how she said, oh, is he not going to be that nice to me now? I don't know. Maybe she should have said how is our relationship going to change now that he has somebody in his life? She could have said something like that. But just the way she said it, oh, is he not going to be nice to me now? It's this person going to influence him? And I don't know. I just thought she could have worded it a little better.
I knew what she meant. I think that they have a very amicable separation right now. And when somebody else gets in your ear, they could be like, well, why is she asking you for that? Why doesn't she just do that? Or, and then it could influence how he, treats her. No, I'm not going to do that. You should do that.
Right. No, I understood what she was trying to say. I'm just saying, I think she could have worded it a little better.
Yeah. Then we see Erika is with her designer, Martin, and we get to see the before and after of her house. I mean, he did a lot. He really did do a lot.
He did, but it's it was all aesthetic. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying it's amazing how you could change a space just by putting up wallpaper and changing the position of furniture.
Absolutely.
He wasn't knocking walls down.
No.
But what a tremendous improvement he made.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Erika said the razzle dazzle is coming back to her life. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. Thank God.
And then her mom arrives and Martin says, You are now a phoenix in your den of gorgeousness. So Erika starts to give her mom a tour, and her mom being like, some moms has something to say.
Yeah, about
she
the
doesn't want to see seams, and neither do I.
Wallpaper seams.
I don't want to see seams.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. What did you think of it, Laura? I liked it. I loved it.
I liked it. One thing about, though, the outside cabana, that blue and white stripe, it just, I don't know, reminded me of that house on Epstein Island. Anytime, it ruined those blue and white horizontal stripes for me. Now, every time I see them,
that's what you think
of. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely loved the wallpaper in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked everything that he did.
Yeah, I thought it was very nice. I really did.
I actually would have expected her bedroom to be a little different. I was thinking it was not going to be what it was. I thought it was going to be a little more
seductive.
Yeah, a little
Me
more.
Too.
Yeah, a little more seductive, a little more
red room.
A little more tactile. I don't know. I just expected.
I agree with you.
You weren't
I
expecting the
just
Hollywood palm wallpaper?
No, I was expecting something different. I was expecting a little more like va-va-voom. I don't know.
I was thinking like Red Room from 50 Shades of Grey. Not that the room needed to be red, just
No,
kind of that vibe.
Right.
Yeah, I was just expecting a different vibe, but it was beautiful.
Then we see Kyle and Kathy are checking into the Hollywood Breast Center. Kathy, being Kathy, didn't bring her glasses, so she can't fill out the forms.
She totally did that on purpose, so somebody had to do it for her. She's like, shit, I don't have an employee with me. Oh, sorry, Kyle, I forgot my glasses. You're going to have to do this.
And we find out Kyle has no implants. Good to know.
Did she say that?
She said that because she had to check it off on the paper.
Yeah, but I knew she didn't have
Was she saying that about herself or Kathy?
Yeah, about herself. Yeah.
I
never
thought she
knew that.
did. No, I didn't think she did.
All right. Well, now
I just assume everybody out there does.
Yeah.
I didn't realize about the whole death of their mother that she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer after missing a mammogram for 5 years. I did not know that.
Me neither.
Nope. Me neither.
Honestly, I was shocked, and I'm
Me
glad
neither.
that they said that, because you know what? I've missed my mammogram for a couple of years, and
Can't do it. You have to go.
well, now I'm going to.
Gotta go.
Now I'm going to, because I really, honestly, I was shocked.
I have to make a dermatologist appointment because this whole thing with Teddy is scaring the ever-loving shit out of me. I feel so bad for her.
It's horrible.
It's in
Absolutely
her
horrible.
lungs now too. Did you
I know.
hear? I know.
know.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I have to call the dermatologist this week.
So Kathy said now that this is out with Mo, how's it going? And she's like, well, he hasn't like texted or said anything. And Kathy said, well, when people are quiet, it tells you a lot. I'm like, what is he supposed to say? Like, seriously, what is he supposed to say?
I just think that she means, I don't know, just the way people act in certain situations is telling about them. So I think that she was trying to say, like, the fact that he didn't text or say anything was very telling to her, at least.
I think he's nervous. I think he'd be nervous, especially like she said, like he's probably freaking out about the kids seeing it.
Right. Well, Kyle said she knows him very well and he's freaking out. And, interesting, like Kathy said, Mo is sensitive and scared. I don't know.
So that leads me to believe that what you just said, Wendy, is probably very true. He had no idea. And then all of a sudden the pictures come out and he's like, oh, shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I think happened.
Not that he shouldn't be out doing what he wants again because they're separated, but the fact that the pictures came out, he didn't tell Kyle. He didn't address it with his daughters.
Right. And I thought it was interesting how Kathy said, like, how Kyle is the stronger one in the relationship.
I thought that was interesting, too.
Well, that is interesting. It is interesting. And Kyle agreed. So it's not like, it's not like Kathy was just, in her own world as she normally is, but she was actually right on with that.
I think when it comes to your kids and their reactions to things, I think we as moms can take it a little bit more and handle it.
Yeah.
A little bit sturdier.
Yeah, I think that's true too. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting about the Instagram, and she went and checked his bio. I had to check my bio. I was like, I don't even know what my bio says on Instagram.
Me neither.
Yeah, I thought it was a little messed up that he didn't have father. I think that's a little, I don't know, but guys they don't think about that stuff.
And again, I don't know if he changed it or that's how it always was,
right.
to be quite honest with you, because when I checked mine, I have nothing on there. I don't have mom, wife, I have nothing.
That's what I was going to say. I would imagine I don't ever remember doing it. I don't ever remember checking any boxes. So mine probably doesn't have anything on it either.
Right.
Right.
I don't think he's that social media savvy that he consciously went over and changed it and would take off husband and father. I don't think it was ever there.
I agree.
That's what I got from it, because then I was like, wait a second, let me check mine. I was like, wait, I don't have any.
Yeah,
I don't have
check
anything.
mine, but I probably
But
don't
then
either.
she did take off wife. So, I mean, listen, I think if I realized that he didn't have a husband, I would probably take off wife too.
Sure.
But I don't think he ever had it on. That's my guess.
I completely disagree with Kathy where she said Mo's not in a position to pay anybody off. We've had this conversation.
I thought that was so interesting that she said that.
Well, maybe
I call bullshit on that.
Maybe she compares her money to his money, he don't have any money.
Sure, when she compares her money to his money, but
maybe she's just out of touch and she just think, you know what I'm saying? Maybe to her.
I don't know. So I did see something on social media. I didn't look it up, but it said something like all those agencies are not Mo's, that they're all
franchises.
franchised. I don't know if that's true or not, but either way, we already looked it up. Like, Kyle's just below Kathy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Right?
he's got plenty of money to pay people off. He could throw 20 grand at somebody and pay them off. He's got that in the blink of an eye. She's spending that on bags, and she's spending half that on sunglasses. So
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Kathy said that there's, ways of finding out who did orchestrate it.
I loved when she said that.
I
was
think
like,
if
"You go,
anybody can
girl."
find out, it's Kathy.
Right.
I like when she was like, she did the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like,
yeah.
She
one
is funny.
ringy dingy, two
Yeah.
ringy dingy. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was great.
That was
One
good.
ringy dingy, two ringy dingy.
And then the radiologist comes in and says everything is good. So they got good news about their mammogram. So that was good news. Then Garcelle goes over to Sutton's store, and Sutton's telling Garcelle about how her mom's flight was canceled.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but it is sad that her mother was not able to make it.
And spent 13 hours at the airport.
Yes, but I do have to say, if Sutton has all this money she has, she could have hired a private plane.
I literally have the same note written
Yeah.
down.
Why was there no private plane?
Why didn't you rent a private plane to get your mother to LA?
Yes, I don't get that. I mean, you've got this big wallet you're standing
That's right.
on.
Open
Yeah.
that big wallet, Sutton.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm.
So how about when Kathy said, we've all heard all the rumors about him, talking about Maurizio.
But we've never seen any pictures.
Yeah. And
And
no
that's
one
what I've
has
said.
Right. No one has come out, which I thought was a very telling statement. So it's like, is she talking about since they've been separated, or is she talking
No,
about
I think she's
for
talking
a
about
In
in
while?
general. I think
general.
she's talking about in general. And that's what everyone has been saying. And that's exactly what I said, is that, there's been rumors about it, but no one's ever come out and said it. We've never seen pictures. We've never seen anything.
Mhm.
Well, there
Well-
was that time when Brandy brought those magazines on vacation with them when Lisa Vanderpump supposedly told her to bring them. And they were all like 3 different magazines were alleging that he was being unfaithful. I don't know what was in them because
Yeah, I was
I
going to
didn't
say,
care enough to buy them to see. But
right. Were there pictures? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just curious as to whether Kathy thinks that, I wonder what her opinion is of whether Mo has cheated in their relationship before they got separated.
I think Kathy knows for sure either way whether
Either
or not
way,
he did.
probably.
And she's not
Absolutely.
saying out of
She's not
respect for
saying.
Kyle.
Yeah.
That could be very
Of
true.
course she would know.
Yeah. I mean, if she wanted to know, she would know. Right? Then what happens? So the big question between Garcelle and Sutton's like, well, the big question is, do I invite Dorit to the fashion show? And Garcelle suggests she does a group text, which, thought that was a perfect
Yeah.
solution to that
Mhm.
problem, right?
Yeah.
And then once she gets that out of the way, Sutton jumps in. Can we get into the Kyle of it? The fact that she turned Kyle's name into a verb. I really didn't like that. I really didn't. I mean, you're supposed to be her friend.
I don't think Sutton's anybody's friend right now.
I mean, am I wrong in this? Like, did you see it that way? Like, she just, she wanted to talk trash about her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. I really don't.
How about
I
when
don't.
Sutton said, Mo, get your dentures out?
When did
Did
it,
you guys
when,
see that?
wait.
I didn't
Yeah.
catch that either.
Yeah.
No, when did
Yeah.
that happen?
She said, Mo, get your dentures out, because she was talking to Garcelle about the girl he was kissing.
Implying because he was so old?
Yeah,
That
compared
he
to
had
the girl.
dentures?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? Oh, that's a girl.
No.
Yeah, and then, that girl did like the full, she was digging him hard because she did like that full leg
Yeah.
lift in the back, the
She
whole
was just
thing.
wrapping herself right around him.
I
think she was performing.
For sure.
That's what I'm
That's-
saying. She was like,
That's why I think she is the one who set this up.
yeah, she
I
was
think
full
that she
tilt
knew
into
about
it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that was a production. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sutton thinks that Kyle needs to wake up and see the truth.
She says she thinks she's waiting for Mo to come back.
Yeah. But Sutton and Garcelle have both been through this before, so they think that she just needs to get an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Kyle's a smart woman. She will figure it out. I don't think her situation is, as far as an attorney goes, as dire as Dorit's. I think Dorit
No.
Yeah.
needs to get an attorney. I think.
Well, yeah, because Kyle and Mo are way past the 10-year mark. So
Yes.
it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Especially everything with the agency, because he started it while they were married. He didn't even have it before. I mean, they had, like she said, they had nothing. They were both real estate agents.
Mhm.
So everything he's gotten since, it's 50-50. Kyle's going
Yeah.
to be just fine.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But
Definitely.
Dorit should,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're beyond the 10-year mark now, so she's probably fine. But
Yeah, but
you don't have anything.
She
Right.
should still get a good lawyer.
She should get a good lawyer because, quite honestly, PK is going to probably go after her for something. He doesn't have anything. She's the one holding the bag now with the show.
Right. She got
So
the
she
paycheck.
definitely should lawyer up quickly.
So then after that, we see Erika and her mom. They're sitting in the cabana and they're having champagne. And her mom says that she's really proud of Erika, which was very nice.
Big difference between her
And Reba?
Sutton's mom.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they're from the same area, right?
Well,
I
just
mean,
because you're from the same...
and Sutton are from the same area.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything about,
It's just, people keep saying the Southern thing. Well, Erika's mom's from the same area, and she seems and is vocal about being very proud of her daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, especially since what she went through with Tom. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. And I thought that she was really, kudos to Erika for being totally brutally honest. And, she said Erika was proud of herself for not, succumbing and that it was a real option. I really give her a lot of credit for, because when you get depressed and you're in that deep, dark pit, it is not a nice place to be and not easy to get out of.
Right.
So I really gave her a lot of credit for actually admitting that.
Yeah. Sure.
I do too. And she also said, which I thought shows the growth, is that she thinks of Tom less and less.
Yeah, she did say that.
Which, there was a trial coming up and, she doesn't even want to, open those old wounds.
She just wants to look forward to the new chapter.
Next chapter.
His trial is going to start and she has nothing to do with it. She's clear on everything, right?
I honestly don't know what she's referring to because this was last year. So I'm not sure what exactly she's referring to. And to be quite honest,
because we haven't heard anything in the news about it.
I keep reading all these things about Erika selling all these houses all over the place and having all this money.
Right.
I don't know where all those houses came from or these things.
Remember when they were in Palm Springs and
she found out
they owned a house there. I
right.
mean, that had to be a couple $1 million.
Right.
But who knows if all that's even true?
Again, I don't know that. That's what I'm saying. I see all this stuff online, but I don't know if any of it's true. I don't know if any of it's true, but I'm proud of her. Listen, she did write a book, Erika, already.
Really?
Yes. But she should write another book on the other side of this whole situation.
Right.
Where she's at today. Because I really think that it would help a lot of people. And I think it would be good for her.
Yeah.
Just to put it in writing and to, yeah.
I like that she said she doesn't want to be married again.
I do too. I
don't think, I'm sure after going through this, she's like, yeah, I'm all set.
Well, she likes her autonomy.
Money, thank you.
Right. She's standing on her own. She doesn't need to rely on anybody. And I think that's powerful, right?
Yeah, good for her.
Mm-hmm. Then Dorit and Garcelle meet up for dinner.
And that
was weird.
The waiter sweat was rolling down his face. And I'm thinking, what is up with the cameraman? Like, you couldn't help that brother out? Like, you couldn't give him a little
so
dab?
Nervous being on camera.
But then when he came back, it was gone. So I was like, okay, at least somebody hooked you up that time. Why would you let the man go out there like that? Come on.
Yeah.
So I thought it was weird that they met up to begin with, to be quite honest with you. But Garcelle said when Dorit apologized at Bose's Wellness, she thought that this was a good time for them to start again. So I guess that's why she agreed to, or, whatever the reason was. Dorit said that her and PK are status quo right now, and she'll take that. Then they start talking about the pictures with Mo. And they're talking about Kyle taking wife off her Instagram and how there's pictures of her on the sidelines at Morgan's concert right after that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other thing that they do that really does drive me crazy. She was living her life. It's not like she was living her life. And again, like, where was she supposed to be? Like, in a corner? Like, what was she supposed to do? Right. She was out in public. That's how you live your life.
I agree with you. And I don't think there was anything wrong with her posting any pictures.
She didn't post it.
But she did post a lot with her and Morgan.
I know, but she didn't post that picture that they're all talking about.
Right. But the thing is that there were rumors surrounding that they were dating, that they were in an intimate relationship. So if you're not in an intimate relationship with somebody and you're a public figure and people are saying you are, and there are heavy rumors going around, you continuously posting pictures with that person are going to perpetuate the rumor.
Right. Well, there was a big thing about this on the after show that we'll get to. But there was a lot of discussion amongst the girls about that very topic.
Okay. But Garcelle's basically saying that she thinks that Mo probably thought it was okay to post this picture because of the pictures with Kyle and Morgan, right?
Yes, that's what Garcelle
Maybe he did.
No, but he didn't. He didn't know about the picture.
But maybe he didn't feel a certain way about it and call Kyle about it because he's like, she's putting pictures out of her and Morgan. So, or there are pictures out about her, with her and Morgan. So what am I worried about? Maybe that's what Garcelle was saying.
Right.
This is what I don't like. I don't like that, first of all, listen, Garcelle and Kyle are not close. They're not. But Dorit and Kyle were supposed to be getting back to being close, right? Sutton and Kyle were close. And I don't like that when they are with Garcelle, they don't have a problem bad-mouthing Kyle. I don't like that.
Very solid point.
I don't like that.
Yep.
It's fake and it's phony. And that is something that actually happened on the after show. At one point, Garcelle and Sutton and Jennifer Tilly were all talking, and Sutton wouldn't agree with what they were saying about Kyle. And she said, I'm not going to say that. And Garcelle was getting mad at her and kind of confronting her.
Mad. Yeah.
She was like confronting her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That was the first time I thought, okay, good. You're not trashing her because she's supposed to be your friend.
Right.
I mean, you're on camera because you're sitting there and they're asking you questions on an after show, but this is the same thing,
Yeah.
I just don't like that. I think it's phony.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So then you get down to what the lunch was really about, which was Garcelle saying to Dorit, what's your problem with Sutton?
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Right.
And I think Garcelle, to some extent, I think Dorit's a little bit correct that Garcelle does have some rose-colored glasses on when it comes to Sutton and her behavior.
Yeah, of course she does. She's just always got her back, which is being a great friend. But when you're on a show like this, you have to try to see things a different way, from everyone's side. At least Garcelle did say that what she said about the wallet was mean.
Well, that's only because Dorit asked her. And then Dorit said, well, then why didn't you say something at the time? And that is true. Why didn't you say something at the time? Because you're her friend. She would have heard it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, Garcelle's confessional, like during that time, they just got a serious blur filter on it. And then when she moves a certain way, like it gets weird and wonky. So,
really?
Yeah, if you have a chance to watch it again or whatever, or you fast forward to that part where Garcelle's in her confessional, just serious blur filter.
Okay.
And like even sometimes like it will get to a blur like of her mouth. It's very interesting. At least to me. I don't know. I like to look for the weird things.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, Garcelle does say to Dorit, well, if she gave you a Kelly bag, would that change things? And she said, absolutely, we would be best friends.
I think she was joking.
She was totally joking, but on social media, she's getting heat for it.
Well, I'm sure.
Who's getting heat? Garcelle?
Dorit.
Oh, Dorit was totally joking.
She was definitely joking.
And Garcelle was joking too.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a joke between both of them.
People, of course, are taking it serious on social media, but people are, just sitting in their basements, pounding out the comments.
Yeah.
Calling us old hags.
Yeah.
I read one to Eric the other day about us being old hags. He hasn't let it go. He keeps referencing it every day.
That's sure.
That's why I get your t-shirt
old hag
or something. Yeah.
Or spinsters. We've been called spinsters too.
Oh, yes, spinsters too.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a perfect opportunity for Garcelle to say to Dorit, look, what she said about your wallet was mean. It was out of line, but Sutton's just coming off a really hard time when we were in. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to necessarily divulge too many specifics, but she could have let Dorit know a little bit more where Sutton's head is at with all this goings on with revisiting home and her mom and her dad.
Yeah, because that was
But it's a produced TV show, so I don't know what
Right.
I'm really expecting here.
Well, maybe we'll see it on the reunion. Like maybe we'll see some of that kind of stuff on the reunion. That it will come out. Like, Dorit will learn, obviously, because she'll have seen the show and she'll have a different take on the way things went down when she knows what happened prior, So it's the day of the fashion show, and Sutton's talking about how she has a lot riding on this. There's a lot of press there, Vogue, WWD, buyers, celebrities, everyone's going to be there. I thought it was funny that Jennifer said Sutton asked me to walk in her show, but she doesn't realize that I'm a celebrity. I think that's
Funny.
so funny.
Love her.
It's so funny. Doesn't
I
she
loved
know?
when Bose said, I don't want to look better than the bride at the wedding, but sometimes you just can't help yourself.
She's so funny.
That was so good.
I also thought it was funny when Jennifer says that she doesn't really understand or know what sustainable fashion is.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the after show and in the confessionals, pretty much everyone else was saying the same thing. Like they didn't really get it. But Bose actually did understand it.
Of course
Yes.
she did. She's
Of
been
course she did.
corporate.
Yes. And she was trying to explain it to Dorit. But Dorit wasn't
Dorit
having...
didn't get it?
Dorit doesn't. Oh, no. Dorit is... Oh, you didn't watch the after show. You'll
I
have
didn't
to
watch
wait.
the
talk
after
about
show.
it.
Dorit
Yeah, we'll
doesn't
talk about it.
understand what
Oh, wait.
sustainable fashion is? Give me a
You'll
break.
No, you'll have to wait because... No, we could just put it up. We'll just talk about it now. So
Okay.
Dorit's
I
big
gotta find
thing...
it.
All right. So I'll start with this. Dorit's big thing is Dorit's a designer, right? She's a designer. She was a designer before she met PK. She came out with the Beverly Beach and she's a designer. So what she is saying is, and she's made these comments to Sutton. She was coming for her fashion. So she believes that she is taking designer clothes and putting her label on it. Yes. So she doesn't understand that it's not Dorit's take on it, because Bo says, well, if you had a line and it didn't sell, would you rather sell it at a discount or put it in a landfill? She's like, I'd cut it up and put it in a landfill, because she, as a designer, thinks it's devaluing the brand, the designer brand.
Well, what's devaluing your brand is that it's not selling.
Well, it's still not
Yeah.
selling if it's got Sutton's label on it or it's in a landfill. So either way, it's not selling.
Exactly.
But she is really like, she thinks that this is a copycat line. She thinks what she's doing is a copycat line, that she's taking designer things that were going to go into a landfill and putting her label on them.
Right.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
she's not wrong, right?
Well, this is the thing. I figured this whole thing out with Sutton. Okay.
Is she like refiguring the pieces?
This is her deal. Be a snoot. So I went on her website, and what it says here is, okay, Circular Fashion House. She has a green label, which was founded with the intent to provide a simple and fashionable way for customers to adopt more sustainable purchasing habits. Circular fashion is a movement towards a brighter, more sustainable future. Okay, so what the deal is, she partnered with, it's called The Return, a nationwide network of neighborhood return bins that are keyed into local clothing recyclers, remakers, resellers, and charities. At returns hubs, customers can trade in used items for credit or return unused merchandise. All merchandise goes from the returns hub directly to the best Second Life option for the item using the returns proprietary cloud-based software. Then she says that she partnered with some guy, and this is interesting because I believe he was in Houston. And when she's talking about her store, which now is only open by appointment.
Right.
Her
Yes. It's more of
store.
a showroom because she has a warehouse in the back.
And she
Right,
does
but-
online shopping, right?
Yes.
Right. But she said all of her stock was shipped to Houston, all of her store stock. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And why can I not? But it's very involved, her clothing thing.
Well, Kyle was saying in her confessional, she's like, does Sutton really care that much about the environment? Because like that's what the claim to fame for this sustainable
Right.
clothing line is that it's,
I believe she is, though. I mean, obviously she wants to make money, but if this is a trend that fashion is following, then I think she's on par with it. I mean, you know what Tess does with the Depop. She goes and buys things secondhand and she reconfigures it, though. Well,
yeah,
not
but
always,
that's
not
different.
always.
Yeah, but that's different. And that's different because she doesn't,
She's not putting her own label on.
she's not putting her own label on it. Right.
Got it.
And
Got
that's
it.
different. And I think that that's totally like legit what Tess is doing.
Right.
And that's kind of what, I get it. If Dorit's, she's a designer. That's,
Yeah.
she's insulted by this whole thing.
Yeah. And Kyle's on the after show. Kyle's like, I see things with name them.
Name them. Yeah.
She put that on some stuff, and she said, I saw like
Yeah.
little appliques, and
Right.
Kyle said that her show didn't seem cohesive.
Well, I thought the show was half-assed.
Yeah. And
I'm no fashion show expert.
right. Erika said, I don't know where she
She's gonna
gets
win an
these
award.
things or if
Right.
she redesigned them. And Kyle said, I don't know if she is a designer. I don't know what's happening. Boz says that she thinks it's when fashion is sitting on a shelf and not bought, and instead of going to landfill is brought to like another shelf.
Right.
Yeah, see, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't know about putting your own label on it, though.
Right.
I don't think she should be putting her own label on it.
Right. And Kyle was like, well, I have this Prada skirt. If I want to sell it, I might
Exactly.
bring it,
Exactly.
I mean?
That's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can sell it without putting your label on it and not owe anybody else money. You got it. Now you can sell it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
It's not like
Prada
it's
money because you got the Prada skirt and now you're selling it.
listen, it's not illegal what she's doing,
Right.
but I don't know.
To have a whole fashion show surrounded about it is
Right.
a big move.
Yeah. Right. So I finally found it. All right.
And I didn't see anything in there that I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Wish I
Not
had
at all.
that.
I did like Jennifer Tilly's dress, like the sweater dress. I like a sweater dress. I
Right.
did like that.
So her green label is partnering with Retail Reworks. They are experts in reworking textile items, turning factory seconds or returned items into fashion-forward pieces. Retail Reworks is owned by this guy named Brian Adams, and this is who Sutton hooked up with. So I think what the deal is this Brian Adams has all these pieces of clothing that get returned or were sitting on a shelf and were unsold. And I think because he has a manufacturing facility also, I think he reworks these clothes and she is peddling them for him. So
Okay.
on her website,
Well, she's the
it said,
bigger name, even
right.
though his name is Brian Adams.
Right.
Not the same.
But
though.
on the her website, it said
not the
70,
heaven Brian Adams.
No. 70% of return items either get destroyed or put in landfills, and the equivalent of one garbage truck full of merchandise is either burned or dumped in a landfill every second.
Ugh, that's a
So,
lot.
yeah, I mean, there is something to what she's trying to do. I just don't think it's necessarily she explained it correctly, like, because it's very confusing. Her website's confusing. It's just not. It could be a really cool thing that she's trying to do, but I
Yeah.
just don't think she explained it correctly. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it's supposedly her brand. Then there's Sutton Brands, where that's all about pairing celebrities with existing sustainable brands to create a custom collection of clothing, housewares, and collectibles that showcase their unique aesthetic. Sutton Brands will incubate sustainable brands using a revenue share model that benefits all parties. The brands benefit from the influencer's name recognition, and the influencer/celebrity can launch their own line of personal products. So that's straight from her website. It's not clear.
Right.
Nothing clear.
Right.
And I think that it's really not that involved, but it's just not explained correctly.
Yeah.
That's a conclusion I came to.
Yeah. No, listen, it is not clear. I don't think Sutton's ever explained it to any of us. So,
No,
right?
nor the people
It's
that she works
basically to
with.
prevent clothes from winding up in a landfill.
Right.
Okay. Well, I loved when Jennifer Tilly said she was happy she was walking in the show because she likes people looking at her.
I know.
Funny.
I know. And
She's
Garcelle was
so funny.
She is funny. Garcelle was nervous because Jaid was walking in the show.
Yeah.
I loved Garcelle's dress, and I loved
Mm.
Kathy Hilton's dress.
I
I
always
thought-
love Garcelle's dresses.
I thought Dorit, the fashion queen, could have worn something a little snappier.
She probably did it on purpose because it was Sutton's show. Sheena Shea was there.
Sheena was there. Yep. Kyle, when she arrived, says that she's not going to be talking to the press, and I do not blame her.
No,
Mm.
I don't blame her. at
Don't
all.
blame her at all. Live your life, Kyle.
I did think it was interesting, and it didn't even occur to me that Kyle was drinking that big mug of beer. And then I was like, oh, non-alcoholic. But it really did look like this big, but whatever, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, no, that's what
Dorit
Eric
had
has.
a comment on it.
If we go out to a bar, if Eric's in a position where he can get one, he'll get a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's a great alternative. And
Sure.
from what Carl on Summer House was saying, or even a lot of people are drinking non-alcoholic beverages. It's a big thing now.
Oh, yeah. Sober Curious is very big. And I think
Yeah.
it's great. I should
I do too.
probably try it. Tessa's like, you could, because I was like, when am I going to give up for Lent? Which I didn't. But I am going to, well, it doesn't matter what I'm going to do. But Tessa's like, well, you could give up alcohol. And I was like,
Yeah, I could.
I mean, that's a brand risk. Listen, I'm not
Exactly.
going to allow you to do that. I mean, we are called We Wine Whenever. So, no.
As my friends, I would need you two to step in and be like,
Yeah.
listen.
I got
Wendy
you. I got
has
you.
done that several times.
I got
Nobody
you.
likes a quitter. All
Yeah,
right?
I got you. I got you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Appreciate it.
Garcelle says that she thinks that Sutton has a void for validation from her family.
I think she hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dorit asked Kyle how she's doing. She said better today. Kyle does say that Mo did text her finally, and it was an apology.
And she said the same thing. She thinks that the
model. I do too. I do too. Kathy shows up and says she thinks she may have broken her knee, and they're like, "Wait, what?" I guess she tripped walking in. Sutton is very nervous and scared. Kathy gets up, and before she even got up, she said to Kyle, "Oh, I'm going to go see if Sutton needs help, if she wants Dorit to do." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And Kyle even was like, "Wait, no." But she gets up and goes in the back to talk to Sutton.
And walks as slow as a slug getting there.
Walks in the back to talk to Sutton just before the, fashion show's about to start, and asks her if she wants Dorit to narrate it. And she said, no, there's no narration. Like, this is a real fashion show. So
Kathy's like, I know.
Yeah, then get the fuck out.
Well, then you would know that nobody's narrating it.
Right.
Go sit down.
Walks back out on the stage. She doesn't even know she's on the stage. When she walks behind the curtain, she doesn't know where she is.
She has no idea. And who does she stop to talk to? Erika's mom?
Erika's mom's.
But
and
listen,
that model all but pushed her out of the way when she walked out.
That model was so sweet about it,
I kind of wish she did push her.
I thought she was very nice about it.
I mean, the poor girl would be exalted back to where she came from and would never work in Hollywood again. But it would have been sweet if she just gave her a little elbow.
But listen, I don't know. The more I watch Kathy Hilton, is she crazy or is she crazy like a fox, that one?
She's crazy like a fox. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Exactly
Kathy Hilton knows exactly what she's doing. Yes, she does.
Yes,
and she can get away with it.
She did not know.
Hollywood, apparently.
She's not running Hollywood.
Hiding things. Oh, she's crazy like a fox. She knows exactly what she's doing.
She's crazy like a fox.
No,
I don't think she's mean-spirited. I don't think she is, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think she's a cruel person or anything like that. But like this kind of stuff, she knew what she was doing. She knew the fashion show was about to start. Sutton all but pushed her out of there and said, we're starting now. And she stood there and talked to Erika's mom. She just doesn't give a fuck.
On the after show, she said that, first of all, she's been to many fashion shows and they never start on time. She thought it was going to be at least another 30 minutes or so. And then when she came back out, she saw...
Holy shit.
She's so full of
She
shit.
saw Erika's mom there, and she didn't get a chance to talk to her before, and she wanted to say hi to her, and then didn't realize that she didn't know where she was standing.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I believe her.
She's
Stand by
full
her.
of shit.
I believe her.
I have it
so
written down like,
shit.
girl, what? You forgot the conversation you had before you got up?
She's either crazy like a fox or she
Yeah.
has like early onset Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Don't be acting like you didn't just say before you got up. Well, let me go back there and cause some trouble. Like, that's the reason why you're going back there. And then on the after show, you're like, oh, no. The reason I went back there is because, like, I wanted to see if she needed any help. And no, come on.
She said she thought it would be funny. And she does have that weird sense of humor. She thought it would be funny.
Right. But the music's playing, the lights are dimming, there's flashers. You knew the show started, but you're Kathy Hilton, so you don't give a fuck. The show can literally go on around you.
I think it was hysterical that everyone's yelling at Kyle.
Me too. Kyle's like, I'm just her sister. Like, what am I supposed
to do? You're supposed to tackle her? Like, what?
Right. Lasso her and pull her. I did feel. Kyle's probably like, oh my God. Like, she is so nuts. She does whatever the hell she wants, and I'm getting slack for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought Sutton's speech was weird. Like, I'm like, no one needs, like, you could have said it much more eloquently. Like, it was weird.
She was nervous. I think that's her self-confidence.
She definitely was nervous. Yeah.
It's just weird.
She was definitely nervous.
As straightforward as she is, and I say it like I see it, I think that she really does lack self-confidence, and she is very insecure about everything with her mom and her ex-husband and all that stuff. So when the spotlight's on her and everybody's looking at her, it's probably like, whoa.
And like she said, like she's been to many fashion shows, but she's never done one before. I mean, I don't think she did this one either, to be quite honest with you.
It was really not a fashion show.
I don't think she did.
Albany should have been given that speech.
Jaid comes out and all the ladies are screaming, and Garcelle's like, I can't believe, like, I remember my first fashion show was Calvin Klein and I was so nervous. She's like, and this is his first one, and he walks out and like he's so confident. I'm so proud of him.
He does have that model face that
yeah. He
very
does.
handsome.
I
thought
love
he did
seeing them
really
together.
well.
Yeah, I love seeing them
Not only was
together.
it his first fashion show, but it was on like he knew, like, I'm filming this for my mom's show. Like that is like another layer of pressure.
Yeah, and I'm sure his next one's going to be Calvin Klein. Thank you, Garcelle, for mentioning them.
That's right.
You know he's going to be doing Calvin.
Yeah.
So Sutton's 22-year-old daughter is there, Porter, and she gives that speech about, how she's so proud, and she hopes that she's made her proud, and happy to see her friends there supporting her and congratulating her. And yeah, I think though, did you see that they're going on another trip?
Yeah. I saw that.
I thought we were wrapping up, but I guess
I
not.
know.
I mean, this is episode 14.
Well, maybe we're getting close to 20. That's what it used to be. We used to get almost 20 episodes out of the season.
I know. I was like, wait, now they're going to go on a trip.
But a lot's been going on with a number of them.
Yeah, no,
which is nice because it's not solely focused on one storyline.
Yeah.
So in the after show, Kathy Hilton says that personally, she would not have taken wife off of her social media.
Yeah.
She felt like it would be showing her cards.
Yeah, she did say that.
That's a good point.
She also said on the after show that she texted Maurizio on his birthday. Oh, no, on his anniversary. On their anniversary to see how he was.
Who did?
Kathy.
Text Mo.
Yep.
Yeah, on him and Kyle's anniversary.
Yes, to see how he was doing because she does really like him.
Interesting.
I thought that was interesting too.
I don't have anything on my profile on Instagram, by the way.
Well, there you go.
I don't either.
I don't have any wife, mother.
No. I'm gonna put podcaster on mine.
Well, there you go.
Great idea.
And Garcelle says she would have taken wife off and changed the locks. That was cute.
Garcelle
on the house. Yeah, she did
and
say
Sutton was saying how her therapist told her to change the locks, but it took her years to do it.
I believe that. I don't know. I think this season's going well. I
do.
I like where it's heading. I'm glad that Kyle and Dorit are back. Okay.
Yeah. And it seems like they really are like now still, right?
I think so.
Did they ever do the after show together?
No.
Well, on the after show, Garcelle asked Sutton if she was mad at Kathy about the whole thing that she called it the fashion show.
And she's like, no, I could never be mad at Kathy.
Yeah. And Garcelle
said, yeah, because you want the invite.
Yeah, Garcelle says, no. She says, we are all too busy sucking up. And she said, we. So I thought that was interesting.
No, but she also said about the Christmas party that Garcelle said Kathy has like 150 of them.
Yeah, she
didn't go to any
parties.
of them.
150 parties this year.
Yeah, this year. But Garcelle says she didn't go to any of them.
Why?
Because she couldn't be bothered, is what she's making us believe. Garcelle does not like Kathy or Kyle. She really doesn't.
You don't think she likes Kathy?
No. No.
Interesting.
Because why else would she say that?
Why else would she say that? Right. Although Erika said it too, and now she's all at the parties. But
so Dorit actually did call it on Kathy because Boz on the after show says that Kathy she just thinks she's unaware of what's going around, on around her. And Dorit says it's really funny that that's what you think. And Dorit says that's what Kathy wants people to think, that she's very shrewd and clever. And that she didn't think Kathy necessarily does things on purpose, but that she is definitely an aware person. She's not unaware of what's going on. So
there's no malintent,
no.
But I think she's very well aware of what she's doing. All you have to do is watch that scene on the Paris Hilton. And I didn't watch the show, but I saw the one scene when they were in her kitchen and Paris had an Hermes tray that she had gifted,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
that Kathy gifted to her husband, and clearly they were using it in the wrong way. And just the way Kathy went on about it, it's like, yeah, she's a fucking control freak, and she thinks that she rules everything, even where they put their Hermes tray.
Well, Jennifer Tilly said she thinks it's weird, this narrative that Kathy is the big boss of Hollywood and everyone is sucking up because they want to be invited to her parties. So I thought that was something.
It's clearly true. And Jennifer Tilly can say it all she wants, but it's very clear that that is what she said to Lisa Rinna, I'll sue NBC. She mentioned NBC. She mentioned everybody. Or maybe not sue them. She'll go after them, whatever the hell she said, which I 100% fully believe she said I believe Rinna 100%.
I believe Jennifer Tilly.
And she said she would destroy her own sister.
And Sutton said Kyle and Mo used paparazzi to fight. She said that on the after show.
Yeah, she did say that. She said it on the show, too.
And that thing that Wendy was talking about before, because Garcelle, says to Sutton, well, what if it was personally you? Like, what if someone was perpetuating rumors about you, but you still kept doing the things that were perpetuating the rumors, talking about Kyle? And that's where Sutton was kind of like not wanting to answer.
She wouldn't answer.
Yeah. And I was surprised because Garcelle flat out said, I call bullshit.
She did. She was getting mad at her. Like
she was getting mad. Yeah.
I think Kyle perpetuated the rumor. And I don't know if it was for a storyline, on the upcoming season. Was it to try to get under Mo's skin to see if he'd have some kind of reaction to it?
Mm-hmm.
No, because she said that Mo doesn't get jealous. He's not the jealous type. She said that many times.
Yeah, she did say
maybe she's saying it because she tried and was unsuccessful.
And it didn't work? Yeah, and Jennifer Tilly says Kyle likes the chatter, the attention, and the guessing game.
I think she played into the guessing game. She's an actress.
Yes.
She's an actress.
And
they're all on reality TV, and we know the formulas now.
Mm-hmm.
We know the reality TV formulas. And
Garcelle, she put her hand up in a stop position, and in the other hand she did a come to me gesture, and she said stop some more, saying that was about Kyle,
right,
how she
right
kind of feeds into it.
I think there's something to that. I do.
So, and producers said to Sutton, you're very quiet while they're all talking about Kyle. Do you not want to say anything because you're concerned it will affect your friendship with Kyle? And Sutton says no. And then that's when Garcelle said, I don't believe it. And Sutton was like, I'm not going to suppose on my friend's relationship when I don't know. And then that's when Garcelle said, yeah, but I'm asking you, if you were in that position,
would you do that?
Would you continue to do that if you're, didn't want the buzz, but you're still creating the buzz?
Right.
Garcelle was funny. She's like, I'd be hanging out in my house. I'd be Netflix and chilling. I wouldn't be out at somebody's concert when there was a rumor going around about me. So
that's the thing. I think Kyle should be out. I think Kyle should be active doing things because obviously Mo is, and her kids are out. She's an empty nester. And it's not to say she shouldn't spend time with Morgan, because I really do think that they have a true friendship.
Yeah. She had an appearance there. We found that out on the after show.
Yes.
What do you mean?
She was there. She had an appearance. She was scheduled to be there.
At the concert?
Yes.
Yes.
As what though?
I don't know.
She doesn't sing.
I don't know.
Just to be Kyle Richards?
I don't know. I don't know what the concert was for. Maybe it was a charity concert.
Fundraiser. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but she was scheduled to be there. But even if she wasn't scheduled to be there, what I'm saying to you is, what should she be doing? Sitting at home? She was living her life. I think that's what she should be doing.
Absolutely.
She can't control who's taking pictures of her and what's getting put out in the press. She can't control that.
Right.
And I don't think she should let them, make her crawl up in a ball and stay home. I mean, that's ridiculous.
No. Yeah.
But on the one hand, it is true that if you don't want people speculating about something, stop giving them something to speculate about. And unfortunately, on one hand, you're right. She shouldn't just sit home and crawl up into a ball. But on the other hand, maybe you could be a little more discreet about your goings on. I don't know.
Or how about this? Just come out and say,
whatever.
No, Morgan and I are not in a relationship, an intimate relationship. Morgan and I are just really good friends. And she's been a great support to me throughout my separation. She's never once come out and said, no, we are not together in an intimate relationship. She never has. So just say that and the rumors will stop and the speculation will stop. And then you can post all the pictures you want.
You really think that will stop the rumors if she says that?
I mean, even if it doesn't, at least she's on record saying, no, this is not true. This is not true. This is not, we're just friends.
Well, I think it's the not saying, not copping to any of it. That's
Exactly.
the problem. Like when you're
That's
not,
what's perpetuating all of
right,
this.
you're not saying, yes, it is. You're not saying, no, it's not. You're not saying, you know what? I kissed a girl and I liked it. Taste of her cherry chapstick. Like, you're not
Exactly.
saying, I don't know.
You're on a reality TV show. You do have a
I think
certain
that's the
obligation.
problem.
Yeah, like you have a certain obligation to be honest about your relationship. And maybe not at first, maybe because you're trying to figure things out, but it's been 2 years. Something, maybe you don't know if you want to get divorced yet. Okay. But you have a relationship with Morgan and it's been 2 years that this has been going on. So you should know after 2 years where your relationship with this person is. So just say it. Just say it. Say something. Don't say nothing.
But maybe, like Wendy's thinking, why should she have to sell anybody anything?
Because she's on a reality TV show and you can't cry about rumors if you're supposed to be putting your life out in the public. You're not on a scripted series. You're not on a sitcom. You're on a reality TV show where you're supposed to be sharing your life. And you have, and she has always.
Until this.
So if you don't want people to perpetuate rumors, squash them.
I got you.
Say it.
I don't agree.
There you go. That's fine. So we shall see what happens on the
And didn't they film the
next
reunion
episode.
already?
I know they filmed Southern Charm because the other night on Southern Hospitality, he said to Leva, I just saw you at the Southern Charm. So that was filmed. I don't know. I don't think we've seen looks yet, right?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe we haven't filmed it yet.
I mean, at least they haven't been released. It's got to be coming up, though.
Now,
Yeah.
I saw a social media post about Sutton partnering with Cynthia on her comforter bedsheet line. Cynthia
yes,
who?
Cynthia Bailey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, so
Not Cynthia, the freestyle queen.
yes. Well,
So-
Cynthia Bailey will be on Sunday night. Hopefully we get to see her in the first episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta because that's coming on this Sunday. And she's on as a friend of, in the friend of role.
we
I'm
shall
looking
see.
forward to that.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, good.
I'm
glad
not
to hear
promising
that.
anything.
All right, just give it a shot. Just
I'll give
see.
it a shot.
All right, I got
Shot.
nothing else as far as
Me neither.
Wives of Beverly Hills.
I got nothing else either. So until next time, thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.